What's up guys, my name is Dragon and welcome back to the Gaming Planet. Now today, as you can tell, I'm going to be playing more Kerbal Space Program. And I just tested out this rocket that I made and there was a few more engines on there, as you can tell, because of those little, I guess, little points off of the rocket. But I successfully got this rocket to go into orbit. It gets really close, but if we warp freaking really fast, you can tell that it will get really close to the Earth. But I don't think it will hit it. So let's point it this way actually. Let's start throttling upwards. Because I think I got this thing successfully into orbit, but it's really close to the Earth, so I might have to not put it in orbit. You know what? I think we'll be alright. I know this is really hot, but it is cooling off. It's starting to cool off because it's going around the closest point where it comes to the Earth, which is right there. And then it's going away from it now, so yeah, now it's cool enough. Now I can point this that way, and it'll be alright. Alright, so I successfully made this rocket go into orbit. That is really far out. It's 1,000,000 meters. But, you know what? It worked. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this one here. And I will show you maybe part... Actually, no. I might just relaunch this one and show you how it is. But it's really simple. So, let me see. If I go into revert flight, which is that long ago in their time, but not in my time. If I revert to the launch, I can do it again, but I'll try. Let's see. So this is the rocket that I made. It's really simple. It's 4 of these somewhat good thrusters, and I have them attached to these things, so whenever they're done, they will... Once I start the next phase of the rocket, these ones will shoot off, and these will let go. These ones will shoot off, and then once I go to the next stage of the rocket, this one, then these will get rid of those, and then these ones will shoot off. So then it's a lot faster because there's less weight. And then once those are done, those shoot off because I have those connected to some couplers as well. And then it's the little main rocket down here, if you can see it, this one, that shoots off. So, it works, and I'm going to try it. Throttle really doesn't matter for these ones, but I'm going to set it to half. Throttle, like, because these ones you don't control, they're just like booster engines. That's what they're supposed to do. This one is the only one, the one down here is the only one that actually worries about throttle. So if I take the throttle all the way down, you can see nothing changes. So I'm just going to do that. Now these things are burning through fuel, but that's what I want them to do, because I want them... these 4 are mainly used just to get out of the Earth's orbit, and they do that really well. I'm not going really fast, or should we go like 90 something? Yeah, so now those are out, so then you click space, and then these 2 launch, and then these go a hell of a lot faster because there's a lot less weight. Because these ones, they're solid fuel boosters. They are, I forgot how heavy they are, but they're like, I think they still like a few tons, I don't know. But we're going a lot faster because those 2 fell off and they're going to hit the ground and explode. So you're going to hear that in a second, probably. Maybe they already did, who knows. Nope, there they go. And then, once these two are out, we're nearly out of orbit. So I wait until we get into this part. If we do, which we do, we're slowly falling, but there we go. And then I click space and throttle fully until this gets to about 80,000, which I'm just going to speed up time a little bit. We're using a bit of fuel, but we will be alright. And there we go, so let's slow down time. Let's go back to the ship. And then I turn down the throttle a lot. And then I turn it... Wait, which way is this going? So I'm turning it this way, because last time I turned it that way, and it went the other way around, so I'm going to turn it this way. And then just burn fuel forever. Well, not forever, but then that means this will go around. And then eventually, it will make orbit. Now the thing is, I don't want this. I don't want this to be super far out like it was last time, because then, like you saw last time, on the other side, it will get so close to the planet that it will start burning the actual ship. So that's not what I want. So I'm thinking what we could do is, once we are in orbit, this side will obviously be higher than the other side, but once we are in orbit, we just go... I think what we can do is, once we're in orbit, we keep burning fuel the same way, and then the other side just becomes larger. That might work. Except we would need a lot more fuel, because it's not a lot left. But we should be able to get it into orbit, because as soon as this crosses this side of the planet, it really goes, like, fast. And I'll show you what I mean. Now you can tell, if I go above, it will start looping around really quickly. Like it is now. And that goes really high up. So then what I'm going to keep doing is, there, we just made orbit. So I'm going to keep burning. And I'm also going to turn to face this side of the planet a little bit, because we are on the lower side of the planet. So if we face this way, then these should keep going up. And okay, we lost orbit. We need to go down. We need to face the planet, I think. And we just left. That's what... Alright, so that's what happens if you burn for too long. This goes way out and then loses Earth's orbit, even though I don't know how, because the moon is in Earth's orbit. I guess it's just because it's actually way bigger, but who knows. So now, since we left the freaking Earth, we would just float out there, and we would basically float off into space, and sooner or later probably die, because this thing would not explode, but I mean, you run out of resources eventually. So let's just go back to the Space Center. I'm just gonna keep him out there. Why not? He can enjoy the view for a few years, probably. So now, let's just try and make a ridiculous rocket, because this one, it did work. You saw that we were really close. I just burned it for too long. But now, I'm going to get rid of this whole thing. And let's just build the most ridiculous rocket I can ever make. Nope. Okay, so that's that. We almost made orbit. but we didn't. So now if we just warp like basically as fast as livingly possible, and we go like that, eventually they'll just go back into the Earth. And this guy's just going to keep flying away. Alright. Good to know. This is probably just going to explode because of how fast it's falling into the orbit. Yeah, it's going to. Alright, well, let's just revert the flight to the vehicle assembly. I think this rocket doesn't work because of the type of... what is it? The type of fuel tank we have. So we need to get an engine that works with this fuel tank, but I don't know if there is any. Because there is, if you can tell, there is none that has the weird shape that these are. So let's just grab these guys real quick, and let's remove them. And let's just make something that would work. I think there's like a structural thing, maybe? No, let's just grab a different pod then, because that one doesn't work. Do you not see that I have a pod there already? Apparently not. Alright then. So just keep adding a ton of these. Because these hold a lot more fuel. Also because I don't want to have to place a ton of these down at once. So I just have to do that. And that is a really tall rocket, so let's add one of these guys to there. There we go. So that is basically how tall I'm going to have it. And then let's just add a ton of these guys to it. Sort of like this. Now, this is going to make it unbelievably heavy, but it might just work. Because these are each 81 tons. So this thing, hopefully, will just send it absolutely flying into space. Because those have a lot of fuel, and I hope that they actually hold up. Also, in the last video, there was like a whole lot of clicking, so hopefully that didn't happen for this video. But you know what? That looks stupid. That looks stupid, but you know what? We'll try it. It's probably not going to work, but if it does, then I guess good job me. I don't know. This thing looks like it would work. Because it is heavy. Really, really heavy. So let's just turn this up all the way. So we are going decently quick. And these also have a lot of fuel in them. He doesn't look surprised that this works. He's just like, okay, here we go. Anyways. It's working pretty well for the stupid nose cones that it has on it. That's quite aerodynamic. It's going pretty fast. We are not even close to reaching out of atmosphere, but these definitely can get us out of atmosphere and maybe start going into orbit. I should have put couplers on them. Because then, once this little guy down here, once that one launches, it's not pushing all of these. But if we're out of the atmosphere, it shouldn't matter. So that's going pretty fast. About... we need to get that to, I'm going to say, again, 80,000. Alright, so let's stop this, slow it down, and let's go this way. It does turn really well though, so I will give it that. It's a lot faster. Even though these are really heavy. I think it's because we're out of the atmosphere. Who knows? But now let's just burn and make this go insane. Because this is going to go really fast. Because we still have quite a bit of fuel left. I don't want this going too far in though. So I'm going to have it go downwards. Because as soon as that reaches way over here, it's going to fly outwards really quickly. So let's just have it go down slightly over the time that it takes for this to go around the planet. There we go. Because that reaches out really far, as you can tell, and this reaches out decently. So if I actually just burn going away from the planet, which I believe I am right now, I wonder if I can turn back. Apparently not. We are spinning really quickly. I don't know why though. Are we just going to whatever this thing is? No, we are just spinning. It's going to slow down eventually. So far, we are as close to the planet as we get, and nothing seems to be going wrong. Because normally, the prolapsus, and I think the prolapsus is as close as we get to the planet. I just passed that, and nothing went wrong. We're slowly going, we're still going up, slowly, but we're still going up. We're spinning ever so slightly. But I mean, that never hurt anyone. So we made orbit. Let's actually see if we'll be alright. Let's just have it go like that. So far, yeah, because the prolapsus is how close we actually get to the planet. So if we go and speed it up really fast, I think we're spinning because as we go into orbit, we sort of go around the planet. So the ship spins a little bit. So as we reach the prolapsus, which is right there, it's going nowhere. It's very slowly going down. So if we speed it up a bit and get closer to it. So if we stop it now, we just passed it, and if we go back to the ship, you can tell everything's good. So we successfully sent a rocket into orbit, and one that looks really stupid at that, but now we successfully made basically a space station. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, because I'm going to end it here. If you would like to see more of this, because if you want to see me like maybe go to the moon, maybe go even further out to Minmus, or maybe even go way further out to maybe even one of these, which would take absolutely forever, or the sun, why not? If you guys would like to see that at all, tell me down in the comments or leave a like, because that would tell me that you guys want to see me try and go to the moon or to Eve or Minmus, which is actually really close. Minmus is our second moon, and the moon is our first, so I think we should first reach that one, which is 11 million meters out. So I think we should first reach that moon And then we should try and go for min-miss. Because this guy is going there. But he is 55 million, and that's only 46 million. So he's already overshot it. But if you guys would like to see more of this, then tell me down in the comments. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I will talk to you all later. See you guys.